Hello everyone, welcome to the Bulldog Business Show. This is a great way to hear about all the great things happening in the College of Business here at Mississippi State. You can also keep up with us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and on X. Coming up, we rely on resources, of course, outside the College of Business to get our students ready for the workforce and beyond. So we're going to have more on how the MSU Career Center is supporting us. But first, our business bites today. Networking and making connections are so important, and I feel like we're going to hear about that shortly also. And our faculty are intentional about helping our students get comfortable. So over the course of the semester, students in several of our courses participated in networking sessions there in the atrium of McCool Hall. During these sessions, they made connections, they practiced their networking skills, they saw up close the impact of having those meaningful conversations. And a big thank you goes out to our faculty and staff who always volunteer their time to help make these events a success while supporting our students' professional growth. All right, so we enjoy, of course, seeing our alumni shine. Congratulations to Jan Lewis on being elected chair of the American Institute of CPAs, AICPA, one of the highest leadership positions in the accounting profession. Jan is a tax partner at BMSS Advisors. Well, in this role, she will help guide the future of the accounting profession while also serving as chair of the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. She is a proud graduate of Mississippi State and a former chair of the Adgerson School of Accountancy Advisory Council. She's pictured here with Dr. Sean Malden. So congratulations on the achievement and for continuing to represent the Adgerson School of Accountancy and Mississippi State on a national and on a global stage. All right, now let's get to our guest today. The Mississippi State Career Center provides a wide range of resources and services to help students launch their careers, and our College of Business students are benefiting from it. Bethany Mills is the executive director of the Career Center, and she's joining us today. Bethany, so great to have you here.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Love talking about all the great services that the Career Center offers and hopefully get our students encouraged to take advantage of those services. So just sort of an overview, what does the Career Center do?
Sure. So we like to say that we are really trying to get our students career ready, right, for everything that happens after graduation. And we want that to start from day one. So everything from major exploration, right, so we help in those decision-making processes, taking career assessments, getting them ready for internships, right, or co-ops they might go on, and, you know, sprucing up their interview skills, their resume, their cover letter, going into the job search, you know, how to apply, where to look. We host a job board at the Career Center called Connections, where employers can post jobs and internships with us. So that's a big service we offer. And then throughout the year, we probably offer about almost 24 career fairs. So about 10 to 12 career fairs every semester. And we're connecting with, it's an average between like 650 and 800 unique employers every year.
That's amazing.
So we really want to help students make those connections and kind of facilitate that part in as many ways as possible. Right?
You mentioned doing these career assessments with them. Do you and your team get students sitting down in front of you who have really no idea what they want to do? And
absolutely.
Okay. So and it's not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you guide them then in that process based on what comes back from those assessments?
Yes, I think it's really normal for a student, 18, 19 years old, to be unsure of what they want to do, right? I mean, sometimes at 40, we're trying to figure that out, right?
That's exactly right, yes.
So we want to normalize that for students, to be quite honest. And I'll be honest, a big piece of it is they don't know their options. So career assessments, that's really what that does. It kind of unlocks a lot of information. You know, they take an assessment, they let the assessment's kind of showing them their interest areas, maybe areas of strength, their values, and how those compare to people in certain occupations.
Okay.
And then they can kind of see like, oh, I have a lot in common with accountants, or I have a lot in common with marketing professionals. So it just gives them kind of some tools to navigate. So then they can see like, oh, I didn't even know this occupation necessarily existed. And then from there, what majors are at MSU that can kind of support that career. So absolutely, like it should be a conversation, right? Not something that we're telling them what to do, that's what they would love to leave with, that we said, this is what they should should do. But we really want them to feel inspired by their options.
Okay.
And then to have a kind of a plan.
Well, along those lines of having a plan, inevitably you have some students who come in who have everything sort of mapped out. Like they knew junior year in high school, I want to do this, I need to take these classes, I want this and this and this. So how do you navigate that when they sort of get themselves in a very rigid schedule?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's encouraging them to continue on the path until they learn this isn't for them anymore, right? But that's what experiential learning is, right? So they get in there and they're getting experience, they're in the classroom, they're seeing the kind of projects that they might be working on and, you know, those real applications. And that's where a lot of students might realize, like, I thought I had a plan. I know that I'm good at science, I'm good at math, but I'm not really interested in this work. Or it could be vice versa. I'm really interested in the work, but I don't really have a skill in this math and science, right? So I think so much of it is just kind of like going on that journey and just taking the next step. And each step will kind of help them figure out what their next step should be after that. And we're there along the way.
I love the fact that you offer interview sessions with them. They can do the virtual interview sessions, the in-person interview sessions. You only get better at that by practicing, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I will tell you, we recently started this kind of 24/7 virtual career center is what we're calling our website. We totally revamped it, which the beautiful thing about that is we can look on the back side for a lot of data. When do you think students are most using our website? 1 a.m.
I'm about to say in the middle of the night. Instead of doom
1
scrolling, they're online.
Correct. So all that to say, they're not thinking about it until they're thinking about it. And to have access to the information and to the resources when they do think about it, whenever that might be, that's kind of been our goal. So we certainly are there. We're human beings ready to serve them in whatever capacity, but sometimes they just need the thing right away. And the interviewing skills and using Big Interview is a huge resource for students.
All right. Well, another great resource that you all have, and one that we've been able to take advantage of and help with in the College of Business is the Career Closet. We're going to talk about that when we come back, okay?
You bet.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Mississippi State University, the Richard C. Atkerson School of Accountancy delivers more than degrees. We deliver results, record-breaking internships, industry-leading employer connections, nearly 100% job placement rate. Our students learn from expert faculty, build relationships with top firms, and graduate ready to succeed in the industry. From undergraduate to graduate programs, on campus and online, we prepare students who make an impact. Atkerson School of Accountancy, where everyone counts.
All right, we're back with Bethany Mills, Executive Director of the MSU Career Center, talking about all the great resources that are there for students. And one of the resources that we really love is the Career Closet, and it's one that our Club 1915, which you've heard us talk about, helps to support. So Bethany, tell us about this Career Closet. It's a really cool concept, and I think it's helpful for students who need this.
Absolutely, and we're really happy to have this partnership with the College of Business. So this idea came about because I was feeling a little pressure to have a closet. At the time,
like a physical closet.
Absolutely, there was a physical closet on campus, and they were unable to maintain it. And I knew some of my peer institutions were doing that, but I really didn't have the capacity or resources to maintain a physical closet. So I looked around and heard about this company. It is essentially a professional clothing rental box, very similar to Stitch Fix. Lots of people have used that.
Rent the Runway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
And Rent the Runway is actually one of the clients they use for the clothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're trying to connect students who need professional clothing within, needing to know probably within 7 to 10 days. That's the crux of it, because there is a mailing process.
Sure.
They do a consultation with the student. So if they've got, depending on the sector, the professional attire might be different and the expectations may be different. Get a little bit of a general idea of their likes and their dislikes in clothing, and then they send them a box. And it's got everything that they need for their interview, networking event, or career fair, whatever it is they're attending. And then they can wear the clothing and then, exactly like it sounds, send it back.
Send it back. Wow.
Or they can choose to purchase individual clothing items from the box or the whole box itself.
And you mentioned that this is not just for if I've got an interview coming up. They can do this if there's getting ready to be a career fair on campus and I didn't bring professional clothing with me when I came from home, or I didn't have the professional clothing. This is a way to make sure that you are ready, physically ready to meet and network with people.
Absolutely. And that's often what we hear from students. Like, I don't have time to go home to borrow a suit or get a suit. So this is a really great option for those students. And even preparing for graduate school interviews and going for some of those types of career opportunities, absolutely those apply as well.
There is nothing like showing up to do something important and not feeling confident about the way you look. I mean, it sort of starts there.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have that to worry about, then I think you can just sort of, channel your energy other places.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And the other thing I'll say is, the other thing that it helps with is if we do have students who do not have the resources to purchase the box, it's a $60 fee out of pocket for a student.
Okay.
But the College of Business and the Career Center, we both have opportunities to give vouchers for a free box. So not only is it going to allow you to have the confidence, but it will also help you with your wallet, right?
And it takes that away from you as well.
Absolutely.
So if students want to take advantage of the Career Closet, what do they need to do?
Yes, there is a link on our website. It's under our services, our team and services, I believe. And you just go through a form. Okay. So you complete the form, you tell us what college you're in, you tell us the purpose, the time. What if you do need financial assistance, we know that immediately if you say yes, and then we can approve or not approve for that financial assistance. And then from there, the consultation and the clothing, picking out the clothing part goes from there.
And that's the fun part, really,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So College of Business students, parents of College of Business students, alumni, if you know students in the College of Business, please point them to this resource at the Career Center, because we want them to be successful and put them in a position to be successful. And this is just one piece of that. And we're happy to partner with you for that. You did mention, and I want to say this really quickly about graduate school, because we often think about Career Center only getting you ready for the workforce. You do help students get ready for graduate school level work.
Yes, absolutely. Reviewing personal statements, just talking through the grad application process. Most students don't realize they need to be thinking about it in the fall before they graduate in May, right, for even those application deadlines. So yeah, getting the word out about all of those and even connecting them with graduate programs. They come to our career fairs and expos, so they're an employer or an organization that attends so that students can learn about graduate opportunities as well.
All right, just a wealth of resources over there. And you said, I love that you said helping them to write cover letters and write those statements. You don't have to go to AI, go to the Career Center to help you get those words correct. Thank you so much, Bethany. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All that y'all are doing over there.
Thank you.
All right, so we want to remind you as always about how you can join Club 1915. You can help us help the Career Center with these career closets. So one way, of course, if you're watching, there's the QR code. It's on your screen. Just scan it. It'll take you to the site to find out more about Club 1915. You can join there. Podcast listeners, just go to business.msstate.edu/club1915 or just Google it. It'll take you there. When you join, you're going to get those updates from Dean Scott Graw about what we're doing in the College of Business. And of course, your support helps us to do things like support the Career Closet, live learning opportunities, classroom upgrades, business technology, all of those things. Plus, you get invitations to lots of cool events that Club 1915 is hosting to network with fellow business bulldogs. We appreciate your support as always, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Bulldog Business Show.